Hi there, it's Alyssa from Domestic Heights. So today I'm going to show you how to assemble a more open blooming rose. And so what I have here is my paper templates cut out for this layered open rose. And I cut this on my Cricut. And so you could either you can either do this by hand or you could do it on your cutting machine. I highly recommend getting a cutting machine because it just makes things go much faster. So for this particular one, so most cardstock paper flowers, I like to use tacky glue, but for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to use a hot glue gun because it'll just make it go a little faster. So the first thing we're going to do is we're gonna curl the petals, and the way we do this is first I'm going to create a vertical concave petal or concave curl in the middle of the petals. So vertically along the length of the petal. So this third largest one, we're actually gonna make that convex. Actually, it's all just relative, so concave, convex. We're gonna flip it the opposite direction so that it creates more of a three-dimensional visual. Okay, so after we create sort of this initial curl, now we're going to do the outer edges of the petal. And I like to use a thinner pen or the end of a brush. I just sort of curl it at the end, along the ends of this pen. You can also do this with the scraper, but I don't know, I find it creates a nicer curl with the brush. Okay, I don't really do it for the ends because or the smallest 3 layers because it doesn't really make a difference. Okay, so this first one, we're going to do the inside bulb first, and we're just going to squish it together, and then okay. And then after you create the center bulb, you just want to do a little dab in the middle here. And then put this in the middle. Center it properly. And then we want to start gluing the outer edges together. So sort of fold it in a little bit to see how you want to layer the bulb relative to the next layer of petals. And then once you have that set, you can then start gluing. Key with this is not to put too much glue so it doesn't take so long to dry. The other nice thing about hot glue gun is if you make a mistake or want to re-glue something, you just add a little bit more glue or put the nozzle next to the spot where you want to correct, and then it heats it up again and melts it, and you can just pull it apart and re-glue it. Okay, so that part is done. Let's do this next layer. Okay. So the next layer, I'm just going to glue each tab up. Each tab up. Hold in place for just a few seconds. Okay, we're good. And then on to the next layer. Okay, so this next layer, you want to make sure these sort of edges are aligned with the center, since now we're back to the original direction of the curvature. Okay, great. So on to the next layer. Now again, you want to make sure you offset. So this next layer, I'm going to do slightly differently. I'm going to apply it to the edges of the petal. Okay. Very good. Okay, so this last layer, I want it to be a little more three-dimensional, so I'm actually going to glue it separately first. Along the edges again. This part might take a little while longer. It's okay if you want to apply a little extra glue here because you're not gonna see gonna see it with the layers on top. Okay. I'll just hold that in place for a second. Right. So we're gonna put that in there and then just kind of check out a couple of spots where it's like touching.